The door to the Eastern Conference Wildcard has been wide open, and we've been guessing. All season, we've been guessing who's it's going to be. And there's one team, one really surprise team, dude.
Out of nowhere, dude. The Habs. They're going for it. Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast, brought to you by BetMGM. I'm your host, Dan Powers. And with me, sitting next to me, a young boy who's often called a Peter Pan, who sometimes goes to an arcade in his hometown and he gets a stupid little rope bracelet and he wears it for an entire calendar year until it deteriorates and falls off his wrist. Chris Powers.
As always.
How we doing?
We feel great.
Your hair looks great.
Wow. Don't get that often.
Not an inch longer, though.
Well.
Not an inch longer.
Well, we're on the way. We're on the road back to shoulder length.
I'm gonna take clippers to your head if you let it get
We're
long
on
again.
the road back to shoulder
The
length.
long road.
Pretty quick road, actually. Grows fast.
Yeah, I know, but you look so good right now. Why would you want to look bad again?
Because I'll look even better.
But I'm telling you look bad.
No,
You
that's
think
the thing.
You think I would lie to you?
That's the thing. I actually end up looking better.
How about this? If you let it grow long, you actually put an ounce of effort into making it look good and styling it.
That's a good deal.
That's all I've ever asked of you. I don't think
that's not true.
I don't think the long
You
hair-
have asked so much.
I've never asked a single thing of you in my entire life.
Except style my long hair.
Yeah.
So, that's the one.
I'm like, can you just not look like a homeless man who just rolled out of his shanty town tent and then look at me and you go, hey, where you going? You going into that 7-Eleven? Get me some booze. That's what I think you're going to say to me every time I see you.
I do say that to you when you go into 7-Elevens too. I don't sound like that, but oftentimes you'll be running an errand and I'll say,
get me some booze.
get me some booze.
If you ever asked me, I'm being dead serious with you. If you ever asked me, get me some booze, I would be like, no. that would be my first sign that you have a problem. If you can't tell me,
get me some booze.
yeah, you don't even need to do the voice.
Yeah, I go, Dan, get me some booze.
I would be like, dude, if you can't specify
Get me some mouthwash.
what type of alcohol you want, then we're officially in a dark place. I need at least a category.
Yeah.
If you said beer, you said seltzers. If you said hard alcohol, I'd be like,
You'd allow hard alcohol? I feel like that's booze.
that's close. That's a gateway to problem.
Yeah.
But at least I know it's not beer because beer is still booze.
Beer is still booze.
But if you go get
And
me,
I'll take some.
Hey Dan, would you mind? Could you possibly get me some booze? Even if you said it that way,
Yeah.
I'd be like, no.
Yes, Chris, just come with me to this meeting, and then we'll get you the booze.
Yeah. Speaking of booze and craziness, we're headed to Vegas
We going to Vegas.
today.
I'm leaving. I got to go. I got to go right now.
You got to pack, dude. You haven't packed.
Haven't packed?
Are you thrilled about Vegas? Tell the people what we're doing in Vegas.
So we are fired up because you'll be listening to this Thursday.
Yeah.
And so by the time you're listening to this, there's probably already March Madness games on. So it's March Madness. It's college basketball
What's
season.
the earliest game?
Dude, it's early. It's like
8 or 10?
I think it's 9 Pacific.
Okay.
So
So a lot. We've got so many East Coast commute listeners. They'll be fine.
yeah.
You'll be listening to this, and it'll get the balls tingling.
Well, it's March Madness.
The
time.
basketballs tingling. Don't be gross.
Don't be gross. Don't be gross.
God, Wags,
So-
fucking pervert. Wags is such a pervert, dude.
So obviously, BetMGM, big sponsor of the show, the sportsbook born in Vegas. So we
Come
are
on.
going to Vegas because our boys, Dr. Locks, Glue Guy, Lupica, they're going to be in Vegas watching all the games.
Let me ask you a question. When you hear the term motherland, what do you think of? Don't lie.
Russia.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people will say motherland. They'll be talking about Maine. Mainers will be like, yeah, going back to the motherland. The motherland is officially Vegas for us.
Yeah.
We're a BetMGM show.
BetMGM show.
Born in Vegas.
We were
dude.
born in Vegas.
We were born in Vegas.
And they are going, and they're going to be posted up. There's an event at the Cosmo. It's called something cool. Look up, see if you can find what it's called. It's called something really cool. They're going to be posted up there all day, and they're hammering the dogs. Okay, they got $100 on every dog in the first round. It's going to be insane. They went last year.
Hoops and hops.
Sounds.
Is that what
right.
it is?
Anyway,
Yeah, Wags, this is your job. Look up what the March Madness event at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Vegas is.
So the boys are going to be there, and we're going too, okay? And it's a near frozen frenzy, Dan.
It
On
is.
Thursday, there's 14 games.
We got 14 games.
And it sounds, if the boys are doing dog day, then I want to do a woo, 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 come on. Dog day afternoon.
I don't even know what
Thursday.
to call this. Jesus, I'm sweating. I'm getting hot.
How about like the frozen?
We said
Maybe
8.
it is hoops and hops.
We said it might be hoops and hops. Why did you say no?
It just sounded crazy.
Is it, what are the hops?
The
People jumping?
beers.
Well,
There's
aren't there
hops.
2 T's in
They
hops?
added more hops to the recipe.
I heard they added more hops to it. What the hell were we talking about?
Frozen Frenzy, dog day.
8 games. At least 8. I've dubbed a mini frenzy.
Okay.
This is 14. I don't know if I can call this a mini frenzy.
Yeah, this is
It's a just about frenzy.
This is
It's
what's the DK thing called?
a DK thing.
Or a DQ?
A blizzard?
A blizzard. It's a blizzard. This is a blizzard.
Well, we need frenzy in the name, don't we?
Yeah, you're right. How about a
You're not saying it's not totally frozen.
yeah?
It's a chilled frenzy.
No,
I didn't like that
mini,
at all.
What'd you say? What'd you call the?
How about a frosted frenzy?
Yeah. Okay. It's a Frosted Frenzy
I
Thursday.
wanted a little bit more from you there, but I'll take it.
It's a Frosted Frenzy Thursday, and it's also a dog day afternoon.
Yeah,
Dan
we're
and
going
I are going
dogs.
to bet on every single dog during the Frosted Frenzy.
Yep.
And we're going to be posted up. I think we're going to be at MGM Grand in the book there, but we might go to the Cosmo with the boys. We're going to see. You're going to have to follow us on the page.
Yep.
The story's going to be cooking.
Yeah.
Story's going to be cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Full Frosted Frenzy takeover, dog day, March Madness. You think March Madness is basketball season? Wrong. It's hockey season. And we are going to take full advantage. So if you're in Vegas, come find us. If you're not in Vegas, or if you can't come find us and you just want to ride with the dogs, then get involved because this is going to be a fun one.
You like any games?
I'm loving. Well, there's a couple dogs that I really like. I think the Ducks are going to be a big dog, and
Okay.
I love that. The Ducks look great. You see Leo Carlson's penalty shot?
Oh my god, dude.
Gross.
He's a talented kid.
Gross. But there's 2 games that I'm really excited about. Dallas, Tampa, right? That one's going to be an absolute tilt.
Yep.
And then, of course, our Bees are in Vegas. What's crazy, Dan, is we're not even going to get to go. Like, normally I would travel and follow the Bees and go see them. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be outside T-Mobile, and I can't even be at the game.
I'm just looking on BetMGM. I'm looking what dogs I like. Blue Jackets, Panthers. Blue Jackets at home. They got to
Need a
get
win.
back. They got to
Need a
get
win.
back on the horse. That's a good one. How about this, dude? Leafs at Rangers. The Leafs are the dogs.
Dude, like that's
I
what I'm saying.
love that.
Dude, there are some dogs. that I'm
Canadiens at Islanders. Habs are the dogs. Habs are the hottest team in the NHL right now.
Dude, so that's what I'm saying.
Hammer.
Just
so, dude,
ride.
we're going to be absolutely hammering dogs. Maybe I'll eat a hot dog, too. That's great content.
That's good content.
That's good content.
It's dog day. Dan, it's a dog day afternoon
I'm gonna get
at the Frosted
I'm going
Frenzy.
to get dogs in Vegas while I bet dogs. Get dogs, bet dogs.
Yes.
I'm a fucking machine, dude. I'm a content machine.
That is crazy.
Get dogs, bet dogs.
Dude, do you think there could be is there a dog challenge we could do? Maybe you could need to eat 14 dogs for 14 games.
Come on, that's out of control.
Just do it.
Okay.
Done.
How
Maybe
about
together,
that?
7 each.
Oh! This is...
14 dogs, 14 games.
Guys, this is perfect. I love it. What do you... just like quick hitters. What do you do in Vegas?
What do? I go to the spa.
No, you don't.
I go to
That's
Cirque du
my
Soleil.
thing. Wow, he's making fun of me. I fell for it.
Yeah, I go to get my 15th burgundy scarf.
They're not all burgundy.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
A lot of them are silk. A lot of them are gold. A lot of them are gray.
Yeah. Dan, go to pool parties.
Me too.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I go to pool parties, and I get in the pool.
Yeah, I
Get
don't
in the
do
pool.
that.
I get in the
I
pool.
don't do that.
Get in the pool.
Have I ever mentioned my my bathing suit phobia on this podcast?
Yeah, maybe not on the pod.
I genuinely, dude, have a phobia of getting my bathing suit wet.
Puts it on, won't get in.
Wearing a wet bathing suit is one of the most uncomfortable feelings on planet Earth. I don't like it. I don't do it. In fact, if I'm going to the beach and I know I'm going to swim, I bring 2 bathing suits to the beach. I wear one. I put one in my bag. And I will come out of the water and I will towel change into a dry bathing suit, hang my wet bathing suit over my chair and let it dry out because it's like sitting in a wet diaper, dude.
They wick, Dan.
Not
wick.
that fast.
Do you not have the quick dry?
Yeah, dude.
I do. And they
up.
don't dry that fast. You're all crazy if you're trying to act like you're wearing ShamWows
Grow
around
up.
your waist. It's insane. But sitting in a hepatitis pool in Vegas.
In the pool.
There's every bodily fluid that exists in that pool. I hope you know that.
One time I was in the pool with a buddy and we were, going to the beat, like with the DJ drops. I think it was Zed, and it's like boom, and everyone's splashing. And my buddy, who was pretty banged up, he would pick me up and like throw me under at big beat drops.
Oh, yeah. He was literally trying to kill you.
And I was like, oh, ha ha. And then I would kind of come up for air and we'd keep dancing. And then as he got more drunk, the frequency of my dunks were increasing.
Yeah.
So I was like coming up for air, and then I'd be like, I'd getting hit again. And I was like, oh, dude. And then I remember one time he slammed me under, and I went to come up, and I hit his hand. He had put his hand under the surface, and I hit his hand, so I couldn't get up. And I was like, oh, that's funny. And I remember looking up at him, and I was moving, and he just kept moving his
It's like
hand,
whack-a-mole.
to keep my head down.
Dunka Chris.
And it was kind of like he was laughing, and then I was like, whoa. And then his smile faded.
And it
And
turned
he just
into
turned into
a very sinister.
Yeah, and I was like,
that rippling through the water
Yeah,
surface,
yeah.
and you're like this. Oh, he's trying to kill me.
I'm like, dude, I'm like whacking his arm, trying to break the elbow, gonna unlock the elbow there. And I got out, dude. I
Yeah,
got out.
clearly.
But it was this close.
Yeah, razor thin margin.
Dead in Wet Republic would have been tough.
Would have been tough. All right, so I'll be going to the spa. I'll be going to a Cirque show, and and then we'll both be at the pool party.
Be at the pool party, and then maybe a nice dinner.
Yeah.
Then craps.
Yeah, you're gonna hit the craps. You're getting me into craps. I won't lie. I'm not a big gambling floor guy, but god damn it, craps tables
Dude, when
get pretty
craps
fun.
is going, it's one of the great things on earth.
It is. We got a big announcement in the NHL here.
Yep.
Gary Bettman has officially said that he is not married to a 2026 All-Star game. Now, previously to this, we had been told 2026 All-Star was back, 2027 Four Nations was back, but now Bettman has said Four Nations raised the bar, and they're exploring all of the options of something else that we could do in 2026 as opposed to an All-Star game. Here's my question. Is the NHL All-Star game dead?
Dude, possibly. And
Should be.
talk me through the timeline here. Like this, it is currently March of 2025.
Yeah, we did Four Nations in 2025.
2026
That's going to be next season, Chris.
is the Olympics, though. Like,
Yeah.
they're gone
Yeah.
for the Olympics.
Yeah,
anyway. And I don't think there was ever All-Star games on Olympic years. Go back, like 2014, 2010. I don't think there were All-Star games then.
Wags, good job.
See if you can find that.
2014 NHL
All-Star game.
All-Star game.
And see what they say about it. Does it exist?
The All-Star game held in late January no, that's just 2025 NHL All-Star game.
Well, that 2015 is what you mean.
Why did I just say 2025?
Yeah, that was
Sorry.
crazy.
2015. Yeah, it looks like maybe there wasn't
one in 2014 would be my guess because they're all gone. Like you can't also break for the All-Stars.
Yeah.
So
But this is implying
but then he also said 2028 is going to be the World Cup is back.
Yeah.
So it's like every 2 years there was best on best international hockey. Olympics, 2 years World Cup, 2 years Olympics.
But is 2028 going to be in the summer or is it mid-season? Are these mid-season tournaments?
Yeah, right. Good question. So I bet Olympics is in the winter, obviously, and then World Cup could be summer. I don't know what the plan is. But here's the thing. Let's say they're both winter and they're both every 2 years. That would leave that one gap where you'd think, oh, okay, we're gonna do the All-Star game at minimum. Part of me would be kind of sad to be like, oh, there's no All-Star game. But man, I have not enjoyed pretty much any of the attempts.
Nope.
With the respect, dude. I have not enjoyed any of the attempts.
I actually think the event is fun. It's fun getting all the boys together. It's fun. The families getting to enjoy it. And it's obviously a great honor. But the game itself has not been cool in a long time. And I give the league a ton of credit. They've tried a bunch of different things.
Yes, for sure.
But it's just like, it's such an impossible ask to get these players to care and try in this thing. The 2026 Olympics are February 6th to February 22nd. very similar to for this is in the middle of the season. How are we going to do Olympics and then also do some NHL event that anyone's going to give a shit about? It is officially hat trick season, folks. And our good friends at BetMGM, who we have teamed up with all season long, is bringing you the NHL hat trick jackpot right now. All you got to do to get your share of 10,000 smackers is place an anytime goal scorer wager on whoever you want. Could be someone on your favorite team, could be someone who's hot right now, doesn't matter. But you put an anytime goal scorer wager on any player, and if they score 3 or more goals in a game, you get your share of $10,000. So get those tingling senses. Figure out who's hot, who's on the score sheet a ton right now. Maybe Ovi, he's chasing down that record. Place that anytime goal scorer bet, and then boom, you are in that jackpot, and you get a chance at $10,000. So go to BetMGM right now, download the app, sign up with promo code NETTERS, and you will also receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your first bet loses. You've got 2 amazing things going on right now, and that's just what BetMGM does for you. So make sure you get signed up today and join the BetMGM family with your boys. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 in Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
Not happening. Not happening at all. So how would you feel if they just went, the All-Star game is literally dead, and we just get a break?
I think that that's absolutely what they should do, because I know it's not an NHL event, and I understand that there's money involved.
Yeah, I was going to say, they never
and they
give
need
up
some
that
money.
cash. Yep.
But yeah, I would almost. I mean, gosh. Put it this way, doing any sort of all-star game while the Olympics are on, no one will watch that. Literally no one.
Dan,
so what if we did some sort of event? What if we did an NHL-produced, we get guys who are not participating in the Olympics, who are named all-stars, we do a family feud.
Okay.
4-way family feud, something like that. Maybe we got these guys to do some sort of game show that's produced by the NHL on TV.
Dude, I actually thought you were going to say this, and I love it.
It's hilarious. Good. I think it's really funny.
I would also be down for this, because the NHL, like you said, gets a lot of money from this. What if they were like, hey, it's All-Star break, so everybody all the players take time off. This group has been named to All-Star.
Yeah.
And All-Stars it's like the Super Bowl, it's always in Florida, New Orleans.
Fun Warm City, Vegas.
Yep, Vegas. And to get their revenue back, they go, the NHL sells tickets on Saturday day at noon.
Yeah.
And there's just a darty, 12 to 6, where there's like booze, but there's also just games for the kids, and the players are there. So they're just like, it's cool. It's an event that you'd spend even more for, because you'd be like, I get to like meet Drew Doughty.
But the players hate that though.
But but I think they wouldn't get mobbed, because people would be too intimidated. They think they'd be like, oh, I'm going to interact with Drew Doughty, and then they get there and they're like, I'm not going to walk over to him. He's talking with Juice.
Yeah, or they're just like in the mix.
Yeah, we're just playing games.
You can't like mob a guy.
Yeah,
He's in the mix playing cornhole.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool too.
It'd be fun as hell.
I think if you got all these guys, it was only one day. One day, you come in, we're doing a taping of Family Feud. That's going to air. It's going to be absolutely hilarious. We'll write the questions. We'll make the categories.
Then we darty.
Then there's a darty. Then they can all go off.
Yep.
One day. Then they can go off to their vacation.
Yep.
This is a perfect idea.
I love it.
We are so buzzing. It's unbelievable.
One other thing, talking international hockey, I wanted to bring up that was in the news. Trump and Putin had their meeting. And Dan, a couple things killed me from this. Number one, it goes, the White House report of the call did not mention talks involving hockey, and the NHL learned of this idea after it was over. Like, I just love how it wasn't even. I imagine international world leaders have an agenda.
We have Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin meeting, and they're like, "This, we got to get Russia back into these games."
We have an itinerary, and it's a podcast. Yeah. I imagine there's an itinerary for the Trump-Putin
There
meeting.
must be one.
And instead, dude, they were just like this. Should we play puck?
They sit down. They get some McDonald's going. Putin kicks up his feet and he goes, let's get to the important issues. how do we get Russia back into the Olympics? How do we get Russia back into Four Nations? And Trump goes like this. I'm so glad you asked.
Dude, a series of hockey games between their respective countries and Dan involving players from the NHL and the KHL.
I don't love that, but I don't hate it. There's going to be guys from the KHL considered for the Olympic roster.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I guess so.
I need Putin to chill. Cool your fucking jets, pal.
What do you think's on the line?
What I don't
Let's say it's a best of 7.
Does Putin must own the KHL? He's like these guys playing for a team.
He's a team owner,
so I need him to cool his jet. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna get a KHL game in the NHL. Shut up, dude. Like, relax. However, I do want Russian players back in these games.
Yep.
We talked about it at Four Nations when we put together the hypothetical team Russia. Come on, we need those guys competing. So I do like that part. Cool your jets on the KHL, but I think, politics aside, this isn't a politics discussion. This is a hockey discussion. We got to get Russian players back in the mix.
Remember when I said USA Canada should have something on the line, like
Yeah.
poutine is available? This one, the stakes are higher. USA Russia, something's on the line, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what it is.
Democracy.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, Dan, some scary news out of Dallas.
Yeah, speaking of players needing to get back in the mix.
Miro Heiskanen has been announced that he might miss the first round. Now, normally, he'd originally been reported that he'd be back for playoffs, back for the start of playoffs.
Yep.
Normally, you would go, a team like Dallas, who cares? Get healthy. Get 100%. Come back when we need you. We can get out of the first round without you. We're the cup favorites. Unfortunately, a team like Dallas plays in the Central.
Yeah.
And they might damn well play the Colorado Avalanche in the first round.
Oh, Jesus.
It's the Avalanche of the Jets. So it's like, fair, they could get the 1 seed. But you know what I'm saying? There's a likely chance that they are going to take someone hard in the first round, and you'd be without one of your best players. Now, Dallas is deep as fucking hell, but holy shit, you cannot feel good.
You can't feel good at all. And it is also one of those things where I want to come back and say, cool your jets before you know information.
Mm-hmm.
When the Mark Stone Heiskanen hit happened, so many Vegas fans were like, he's not even fucking hurt, dude. It's going to be fine. And I posted something along the lines of, this is a nightmare for Dallas. And someone tried to come in and check me and was like, you don't know the facts. They say he's week to week. Think you're looking for clicks, pal. Mm-hmm. He literally hasn't played since then, and now he's possibly going to miss the first round of a playoff. So whoever you were on Twitter, go fuck yourself, because you're an idiot, and this is why these things matter. These things are huge. I am now going to go back to my stance during the deadline where I was like, Dallas needs to get a defenseman. You need to get a defenseman. And maybe they didn't know at the time, but if it's even possible that this guy was going to miss the first round, and you're looking down the barrel of playing the Colorado Avalanche and their fucking 10-year reunion roster going on right now in the first round, and you might be without Heiskanen, how do you not go get a defenseman?
It's brutal, dude. And they did a lot. Cody Ceci, Granny, Rantanen, Sagan's hopefully back. They said Sagan's, he had 20 points in 19 games.
Yeah.
And they have...
That's a locker room leader, too.
Oh, my God,
that's a
Dan,
huge addition.
So they've done so much that I'm hard-pressed to be like, you didn't do enough. You got to do more. Because eventually, injuries just catch up to you. If you have too many injuries, there's no solve. It's bad fucking luck.
Yeah.
So they could be in that situation. But, man, he went down. When was his injury? February 4th, he had surgery.
Yeah.
And you're like, he's going to be okay. This feels like a late, not setback, but just like, oh, shit. We weren't planning on that.
Oh, yeah, this is a dagger.
Yep. So I don't know. Because certainly you're not getting in a Miro. You can't just be like, oh, well, we found another Miro.
Yeah.
So I'm almost like the answer's in this room, and we got to step up, boys. You got to step up.
Yeah, I mean, the answer has to be in the room.
Yep.
It's your only option. This is one of those things that's either so devastating or so motivating.
Oh, my God.
If you win the first round without him, and then you're getting him back for round 2, holy shit.
Great point.
Holy shit, do you feel good?
Yep.
But this is another one of those things with this poor Dallas team. We've said it all season long. They should be cup hunting. They should be thinking, we are a top 4 team in the NHL. We have a path to the Stanley Cup in the West. No fucking excuses. We have one of the best goalies in the league. Go win. Now you go and get Rantanen, and you're like, all right, here we go. Colorado does what they do, and now it looks like Heiskanen's out first round, and it looks like you're probably going to play the Colorado Avalanche. This absolutely stinks.
Yep.
And if you lose in the first round without Heiskanen, it's just such a dagger.
Yeah.
It is a dagger in the heart, in the jugular, and right in the cock.
Yeah.
Because you are just going, why?
Why,
did
dude?
this happen?
Why?
Why does it look like we have a real shot at a cup here, and we had to lose our best defenseman, arguably our best player?
It's a nightmare, dude.
Stinks. Totally stinks.
All right, talk to me about some wild card stuff, Dan.
We got some updates on the wild card, and I know a lot of fans, some of our northern fans are excited about this segment. We got an update in the wild card situation. Here's the deal. The Montreal Canadiens are in. Can you believe that?
Dude,
Can you
changes every
absolutely
day.
believe
It changes every day, so I don't want to get too hyped about it.
Changes
but
every day. In the East, we've got Ottawa who are on a heater, but they did lose to the Canadiens last night in a big win for Montreal. First wild card spot in the East, Ottawa with 77 points in 67 games. Montreal creeps up over the New York Rangers with 2 games in hand, I might add. 73 points, 67 games. The Montreal Canadiens are in a playoff spot.
it's wild, man.
It is absolutely wild. Can we talk about, too, how we've got 5 Atlantic teams currently in playoff spots, and the Bruins and Red Wings, sorry, Buffalo, but but they are out. They're deep out. And wild stuff. Wild stuff. The Habs, dude, are buzzing. And I have to say, can I say something? Can I do something?
Yeah, do it.
Can I do something like big? Ready? I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my boy! Lane Hudson has to be the Rookie of the Year.
No, he doesn't. And I appreciate that performance.
Thank you.
I really do. But no, he doesn't. But that was a disgusting goal.
And, dude, he is just a... You know what I think it is? I've talked so much about Mac's 200-foot game. And, but Mac, my son, you're my Rookie of the Year. You're my MVP.
Yeah.
You're my rotten soldier. You're my good time boy. You're my pal. I love all that about his game, but looking at what we talked about the other day, Lane is I believe he's a top 5 defenseman in the NHL in power play points. I believe he's like someone right now, Wags, do me a favor, look up top point scoring defenseman in the NHL. I think he's top 5 as a rookie.
Yeah.
And the big thing for me is he is the best defenseman on that team as a rookie. And he's a power play QB. Now let's not boost it too much. Their power play I think is like 18th in the league, so it's not like they have this out of control power play. He is doing this, and this team's currently in a playoff spot that gets you a lot of ammo.
Yep,
gets you a ton of ammo. So I think we've got to give him some love here.
This is for this season right here, 2024, 2025.
Where is he? 6th. Yeah, 6th in the NHL in points and defenseman.
And, dude, that's a big
Pretty
game.
good.
That's a big game, dude.
Pretty
That's
good.
Ottawa. They can't lose. That's Ottawa. It feels like, just beat the pesky Habs. It's a big rivalry.
Yeah.
And the Habs were down. They were down 2-1.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3-2, but they were down 2-1. And the boy Lane steps up. The boys do that. I mean, those are the moments, dude. Those are the huge moments that can kind of define a race. I almost made this joke to you earlier, not joke, but when Hellebuck, see that play he made behind the net, fucked it up, and then he dove across.
Yeah.
Those are kind of like your Vezina clips.
Definitely.
Like, and like that was a Calder clip for sure.
Definitely a
doing
Calder clip.
the little
the
little behind the net, dude. How are you to the Montreal faithful?
There's also the element we've talked about a lot of guys who struggle playing in Canadian markets, and this has got to be the number 1, maybe 2 difficult Canadian markets with how crazy the media is.
Damn.
And this kid is just absolutely making out with it. Doesn't care.
Correct. Yep.
Taking it into the back row of the movie theater, doing some up under the shirt stuff.
Yeah, dude. Getting the popcorn bucket out.
He doesn't care.
Sorry.
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ, dude. We're talking about a child.
Sorry.
Clean it up. But he doesn't care at all.
No, he doesn't. He does not.
He's relishing it.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Go to the West.
Go to the West. Right now, Vancouver is in. I think we talked about this the other pod when we did the wildcard races, that I don't want them in. I don't want them in.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see Quinn going again. Besser broke his streak. He had a couple. Like they are. It hurts my feelings because they are a fun team.
Yeah.
They're fun players on that team. So I hate being like, I don't want them in. But that was a huge win from Calgary and a bad loss from New York, by the way, who's also in this wild card battle. So I really enjoyed, I can't help but being excited by that still. When Calgary gets the dub, I'm like, yeah, this is what I want.
Yeah.
But Vancouver right now to me looks like it's theirs to lose. Whereas I didn't feel that way.
What do you mean? I mean, St. Louis they got the same amount of points, just one extra game.
I know.
played.
I'm just
St.
saying.
Louis is in the mix.
I know. Oh, 100%. I'm saying if I'm betting now,
Yeah.
I'm like, I think Vancouver. A week ago even, I was like, too much bad shit happened there.
Yeah.
They won't hang on. But now they look like the team that learned some poise from last year and is now going to pay off now because they're just going to get in.
Yeah.
Which I don't want. I've said I don't want, but now I'm like, oh fuck, Vancouver's better than these teams.
Yeah, you're right, and it does. They do feel like one of those teams that, you know, when we talk about it, we're like, in what world do you miss the playoffs this year? Obviously, a ton of crazy shit has happened, but yeah, it does still look like. I like that. What you're saying, they are kind of in the driver's seat. So just in the overall, we can talk about East and West again now. You know, what do you think's going to happen? Tough loss by New York, and can we
bad
talk,
loss.
I don't know
Dude.
if you've seen this. There's a clip on the Twitter.com, X.com, whatever we're calling it these days. There's a play in the Flames, huge win for the Flames for their wildcard race, and a bad loss for the Rangers in their wildcard race. There's a clip from that game where Rasmus Andersson has the puck, and he is literally standing straight up and down, not moving.
Yeah.
For at least 8 to 10 seconds,
Yep.
and not a single Rangers player gives him a forecheck, and the Rangers are losing 2-1 with less than 5 minutes left in the third period.
Yeah.
And just no one's like, Rasmus was like, I will sit here for,
Yeah.
for 5 straight minutes
Yeah.
and just tick this game out
Yeah.
if none of you guys want to come over here.
Yep.
So you hate to see that as a Rangers fan, but what are you thinking, dude? Like, you know, you just kind of touched on it with saying Vancouver's in the driver's seat. Montreal, boom, in a playoff spot now. They look so hot. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Love to see it.
They're firing, dude.
Yeah.
Like they are actually have put it in their own hands at this point.
Oh yeah, they're
okay.
just like they're playing big boy hockey,
Yep.
kind of like Ottawa has been. Obviously, Ottawa just lost, but 7-2-1 in their last 10. Montreal 7-1-2 in their last 10. They look like two teams that are like, oh, dude, we see
want
it.
it.
The
We
door's
want it.
wide
Yep.
open, and I'm gonna run right through it.
Damn right, dude.
And then you look at these other teams: New York 4-4-2, Islanders 6-3-1.
Inspiring.
Islanders kind of being a little uppity. And then we've got Columbus 4-6, and then Detroit 2-8. Columbus and Detroit. Columbus has lost 4 straight.
No, look, dude, I pulled this up.
Hey, tell me right now. Look me in the eyes. Are they dead?
No, but look at this because I wanted to talk to you about this too. Columbus. Here's their schedule. Just lost 4. Right. Panthers, Penguins, Islanders, Canucks, Ottawa.
That's their next.
That's the next 5.
5.
Preds, Avs, Leafs, Sens, Buffalo, Caps, Flyers, Islanders. Not an easy schedule.
No.
So,
You're a big schedule guy these days.
yeah, dude, you got to be this time of year. Got to be this time
Nah,
of year.
dude. Next man up.
No.
Next
well, fine.
man up.
Panthers. Fuck you.
That's Columbus's next
Yeah.
man. Yeah, it sucks.
So, you know, it's like there's no, but when the going gets tough, Dan, what do they say?
The tough get
Go
going.
sledding. Or
Go.
no, yeah. Tough get going. It is go. It is.
What just happened?
It is go. It is tough get going.
Is there any saying where the follow-up is go sledding?
Yeah, when you have a snow day. What do you think would be said after that?
Go back to bed.
And
Fuck you. That's exactly what you do.
No. When you have a snow day,
Go sledding?
go sledding. It's like when life.
What if you
gives
live in
lemons-
Kansas? Are there hills? Are there sledding hills in Kansas?
Did they have snow days?
Does it snow in Kansas?
I don't know.
I feel
It
dumb
must.
asking this question.
I think it's like freezing in the middle of the country.
yeah.
Which I didn't know. I remember somebody being like, "You don't know what Nebraska cold is," and I was like, "What, dude? I live in Maine." And they were like, "No, dude, Nebraska is like fucking -20 Fahrenheit."
Does it snow a lot in Kansas? Highest normal annual snowfall is in the 28 to 42 inch range, while the lowest is less than 12 inches. So it doesn't snow that much.
Yeah. And
So-
they probably don't have hills.
I don't feel stupid at all anymore. How about that?
So anyway, dude, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. It's tough right now,
It
and
is
I
tough
need them
right
to
now.
fucking bounce
If
back.
they
big time.
next to was Florida and then Colorado.
No.
What was the
Florida, then hold on. Florida, Pittsburgh,
Florida, Pittsburgh? All right, so here's a question for you.
Islanders, Canucks, Sens.
They need to go 3-2 in those next 5.
Buddy, they need to go 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
If they lose to Florida, are they dead?
No, you just have to win the next 4 games.
If they lose to Florida and Pitt, are they dead?
Yes.
Okay.
6 straight. Good night.
That's something to know.
Good night.
Do you think Montreal can do this?
Actually, yes. And I didn't think that for a long time. I almost didn't even want it for them.
They've got to stop the bleeding. They're minus 16 goal diff. And if they can keep this momentum and turn
but I
that
wonder
around.
what it is since the All-Star
Yeah,
break,
yeah. If they
you
can
know?
keep that up, this is interesting.
Yep. Okay. We talked about this. We were actually on Energy Line with Nate Thompson.
Yeah.
That's out, eh? Did it come out?
Yeah.
So everybody who hasn't listened to Tomer's new pod, Energy Line with JSB, go check that out. We were guests on it. The episode is out today, I believe. And they asked us something which I just wanted to hit here really quickly because they're on a 7-game heater. Is Canes doing anything for you? 7 in a row?
Absolutely.
Pausing the pod really quickly to talk about the fresh, crisp Canadian kindness, taste, scent, feeling, tingling of Labatt Blue and Labatt Blue Light. Everybody that follows us saw that I was just in Jackson Hole playing the Moose, and before the game started, there was a Zamboni. I saw a picture. Go back, look at our page. There's a Zamboni, a Labatt Blue Zamboni, mini, this big, and the top half pops open, and inside is ice and Labatt Blues and Labatt Blue Lights. And if that isn't the way to get ready for a game, to enjoy intermission during a game, and to celebrate post-game, then I don't know what is, because Labatt Blue Light is one of my favorite light beers on the market right now. And it's because it's fit for everything. When we're watching hockey, yeah, and we're playing hockey, yeah. But I'm out in LA, the sun's shining. When I'm in the backyard with my friends, I crack open a few Labatt Blue Lights. Everybody loves them. So situation doesn't matter. All you need is a top PP1 beverage, and you're going to find that with Labatt Blue, because that's how they do it up in Canada, and they're trying to share that with you. So go find some Labatt Blue Lights in a store near you and enjoy it with me.
I maintain, I think that this is we just went through a weird, embarrassing period bump.
Yeah.
I think that they're going, Rantanen didn't want to be here. He left. We got a good player in Stankoven back. Halsey's playing well. We've got great players here. Fuck it. Let's ride. That's what they're doing, and they're riding that to 7 straight wins. And they've also, in my opinion, I didn't think this was ever really up for grabs, but they have clearly pulled themselves away from New Jersey. They've got 2 games in hand on Jersey and a 6-point gap. Like they are second in. They've got home ice in their first round. Like that is locked for them. To me, it's the only thing with the Canes that is always the issue is what has killed them in the playoffs the last few years. That those issues are not resolved as far as I'm concerned. So does it do anything for me? Yeah, but I'm a little bit confused as to what anyone's talking about here, because going into the season, they were a top 5 team in the East.
Hell yeah.
All season long, they have been a top 5 team in the East. Nothing has changed. So I don't really know, am I impressed with them? Yes, but I've been impressed with them all year.
I've been impressed with them for years. They can beat anybody. They have really good wins on the trip. They beat the Jets. They beat the Bolts.
Yep.
And they've got the Sharks. They start their West Coast swing. Sharks, Kings, Ducks. Can you win on the West Coast and make it 10? Then you're cooking. But I'm with you, dude. And my answer though is it's not doing anything for me, because I already knew that you could beat anyone in this league. But
how about this? The whole Rantanen situation could have been demoralizing.
Good point. I like that, actually.
So that's
could've
why I think it does do
Could have
something
torpedoed
for me.
the season, and you go, we're fucking fine.
Yeah.
Dude. Miss me with that we're fucked.
Could have been a distraction. If they had gone on a 3-game losing streak right after that trade, people would have been like, oh shit.
Yep.
Look, but they just went, fuck that. We know who we are. We didn't need Rantanen. Let's keep going. And they're doing that.
I
and
love
that's
that
huge.
take. I love that take. They still got to beat the Caps in round 2, but
Yeah.
I love that take. I also want to talk to you about my boy, Sidney Crosby, my little golden boy.
Dude, he stays doing shit under the radar.
Dude.
No one's talking about.
That's my biggest thing with him, Dan.
It's absolutely crazy.
So this was just, there's a couple things I wanted to bring up here. This was just a cool stat that isn't even record breaking. It's just a thing. Third in the NHL this season. This season, when I would say people are like, he's not doing that much. This season, third in the NHL in 5-on-5 points. Only behind Draisaitl, who's going to win MVP, and Pasternak, who's a mutant. Then Sid. Then you've got Kucherov. Then you've got McKinnon. Then you've got McDavid.
That Draisaitl slip was cheeky, my friend.
What'd I say?
He's Draisaitl who's going to win MVP.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Nate, bro.
Oh, yeah, you got to sleep. You got to sleep, dude. Go to bed.
No.
Go to bed, Dan.
You need to take an Adderall and stay awake because that man, you forget what a Band-Aid.
What he's capable of.
And you also forget what a Band-Aid this Colorado Avalanche roster has been all season long, and the fact that Nate is still Nating is insane.
But that's wild. 51 points for Draisaitl, 49 for Pasta, 48 for Sid, third in the fucking league, 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Okay? Then, dude, here's the cool thing.
Which is dude, he's a -23 on the season.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's that high in 5-on-5 scoring, it just goes to show how tough the Penguins are.
It's crazy, dude. Then, last night, Sid, with a tuck, his 1,670th point, passes Waino for 4th all-time in points for one franchise. That's Gretzky had 1,669 for the Oilers.
Damn.
So, Dan, in third place, Sid is now 4th. In third place, the Penguins, Lemieux for the Penguins, his very own Penguins, 1,723. In second place, Steve Yzerman on the Red Wings, 1,755. And in first place, Gordie Howe with the Red Wings, 1,809. Cool that the top 4 is Wings, Penguins, Penguins, first of all.
Yeah, very cool.
And second of all,
It's also
Dan.
just so crazy that Gretzky is 5, given that he did not play for Edmonton that long.
It's ridiculous. So he's 53 behind Mario,
Yeah, which he'll get.
85 behind Yzerman.
Which he'll get.
Well, dude, he'll get that next year,
year.
probably.
Probably.
So then Gordy being 149 back. Is he a Penguin?
I did a pretty good job.
You
there.
did great. So because these are so attainable, but you just can't leave a team.
He's going to. Oh yeah,
It's with the Penguins.
this is my whole thing. How did I not?
That's what I'm
think
saying,
about
Dan.
that?
So like right now, I'm like, oh, he's easily gonna break this record. Now I'm like, maybe.
Damn. I don't think this record is important enough for him to care.
I think it is. That's what's crazy. This whole time I've been like, why is Sid staying? And now I realize it's this, dude. He just wants to.
Wouldn't you rather a Stanley Cup than this stupid
No,
record? That
he's got enough
you know
cups.
What?
He's got enough cups.
There's a reason no one's talking about this record except us.
Yeah.
because no one cares
Except for Sid. Dude. This is why we are next level.
Imagine.
Dude. We are next level.
This is
Sid's holy grail.
get Sid on the podcast finally, and he just goes like this. Literally, the only thing I care about. I got my 3 cups. The only thing I care about is having the most points with any franchise.
He goes, Gordie
with
Howe's
most
record with
franchises.
the Red Wings, most points in one franchise, has been my fucking holy grail my entire career.
So this is what's going to happen. He's going to play two more years
seasons.
because he can't break that next year.
No.
He's going to play 2 more years with the Penguins. Then he's going to get traded to Colorado. They win a cup and he
Boom.
retires.
Gets them both.
Greatest career of all time.
Gets them both.
Greatest career of all time.
Greatest career of all time. Last Sidney point. We talked about this 2 episodes ago. Just for the people watching at home, he is officially 6 points away from guaranteeing that he breaks Wayne Gretzky's record of 19 seasons.
Well, not technically, right? Because yes, that would guarantee it.
'Cause there's only X amount of
Because I was
games
going to say because he might not play 82.
No, you're right. He could
shut it down right now.
He could shut it down and have it.
He should
but
probably
he's a
do that.
fucking man of class, Stan. And he's chasing down records.
Dude, if he goes on like a 6-game pointless streak, I'd be like this. Stop playing. Stop.
20 seasons, point per game. Absolute animal. Talking about another animal, Dan.
Yeah, let's talk about the wild, uncaged animal that is Matt Rempe. He gets another elbowing penalty last night.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It
Last
was the
night,
Flames game.
Another elbow to the face. We saw Rangers Twitter ablaze as usual, saying he tried to keep it down. He tried to do this. Our boy Heat Daddy just again talked about how funny it is that this man just does not care to stop elbowing people directly in the head. You asked, is he treated unfairly? I don't think at all.
Dude,
I think he's just treated. I don't think he's treated unfairly, and I just think he is doing a thing where he is objectively elbowing people in the dome, and he's getting penalties. I'm not sitting here saying he goes out every night and goes, how can I drive the ball of my elbow straight into someone's temple? I don't think he's doing that. I just think he has a difficult time controlling his body, and he needs to learn. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you kind of brought it to where I was headed, where I do think all of us that play hockey, my elbow might be out more often than I think it is. Like in my mind, I'm like, I don't elbow anybody. Yeah. But maybe it's just, you're making a play, your hands are moving a little weird. Yeah. And unfortunately, when that happens, he's like head height for people. So I will partially hear that he's like, dude, every time I'm chicken winged at all, it's into someone's head versus I might just be hitting someone in the body and they're like, whatever.
But I think the point that we always talk about is, dude, there are other tall guys in the league. Every time Zdeno Chara played, I don't think people were going, he's going to elbow someone in the head. And then 50% of the time he does it. Because that's what Matt Rempe currently does.
Yeah, you're right.
Nikita Zadorov is tall. Jordan Greenway is tall. Hal Gill was tall. These guys were not walking elbows.
It also gets out tough. So far.
Dude, there are times where like I would have thrown a hit and I got an elbowing call and I was like, what? And then I see a clip of it and I'm like, oh, that was an elbow. Because it's you go in and you
can't help it.
You just, because you want to give him a little pop.
Yeah.
He is tall, and when he does that and he pops too early, that thing is the first point of contact, and it's hitting someone in the head. So what I'm just saying is he just needs to learn, like, dude, you got to glue those things to your ribs, buddy.
Yep. It's like my golf swing, dude. Keep it tight.
Yeah. Also,
keep it in here.
Here's a tip
Keep
for
it
you,
pinned.
Rems. Start throwing some hip checks, brother. That hip is going to hit people right in the fucking sternum. Like that. Like that should be your go-to.
Dude,
that should be your signature, dude.
Yes, I
You'll
like that.
You'll become the best hip checker in the fucking league.
I like that a lot.
Unbelievable.
I like that a lot.
You wanted to talk about a couple Cinderella stories.
It's March Madness, Dan. The shoe fits somebody every year.
Yeah.
The shoe fits somebody every year.
Sure does.
Who's it going to be? Give me no one in a top 2 seed right now.
No one in a top 2 seed who I think could go on a run.
Actually, and no one in the Central.
I'm going to be very obvious here. I don't want to take yours, so I don't want to...
Do it.
It's the LA Kings, dude.
Do you believe that? Do you believe they could really go on a run?
You're making me pick a Cinderella. Do I believe in Cinderella?
Yeah.
Do I believe
that
there was a young girl who had a bunch of evil stepsisters and she was cleaning up after them all the time, never complaining, and she also had this unbelievable gift where she could speak to animals, and then one day a fairy godmother shows up and she then has a pumpkin turned into a carriage and goes to a ball and meets the prince, and then she has a glass slipper that falls off, and then the prince uses that glass slipper to find her, putting it on multiple different people until it finally fits perfectly, and then he marries her and they live happily ever after.
Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Do you believe that mice dressed her?
Yes. And I believe that mice could come in and fire up the boys in LA and they could go on a run. Because let me tell you what, dude. People forget. They won the Cup 2012. They were low seed. No one had them.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, if the LA Kings figure it out, which it feels like they're figuring it out a little bit here, and they beat the Edmonton Oilers in round 1, the juice that will give them. You know who's won a cup on that team? Drew Doughty.
Yeah.
You know who's won a cup on that team?
Anze Kopitar.
You know who else has won a cup on that team? Darcy Kemper.
Darcy Kemper. Good one, Dan.
That is a Stanley Cup winning goaltender in the last 5 years. People forget that, and he's looked great. Could be a nice little run.
The Kings is a great pick.
Their biggest hurdle is round 1.
Yeah. Well, no. But
I think so. I think for that team, I think if they beat the Oilers and get that rip it off.
Yep.
It's going to fuel them.
I will go. I have 2 choices. One, the Leafs, for a similar reason. Because I think if they beat, I know they did it before. They beat Tampa and then they immediately lost. But just if they beat one of those 2 teams.
If they get to the conference finals, I am petrified of them.
Because I'm now like, dude, here we go.
House money.
Yep. And then the other one, just I'm talking pure Cinderella.
Say it.
Ottawa.
Yep. That was the one. I want to say Ottawa.
If Ottawa clips like
Toronto.
Well, no,
because if Toronto gets past Florida and Tampa, and then what a nightmare for Toronto if they're like this. We did it, dude. We got first. We avoided the 2 Florida teams, and then Ottawa's like, "Fuck you, I'm going to."
But imagine if Ottawa clips Florida because Florida's just tired. Ottawa clips Florida in the first round, and Olmark's like, "This is my moment."
Yeah, I did it.
They could do that. That'd be cool.
I love that.
I like that Cinderella pick.
Absolutely love that. I want to talk to you, babes, about something super important to me. I can't grow a lot of facial hair. I can't. I've tried my whole life. I've done all the tricks. When I was younger, I even took an eraser and I just started scrubbing my face to see if I could open the pores and get the beard going a little bit more. And it never came. And because of that, I always thought that the shaving gang, shave culture was not for me. But that's until Dollar Shave Club was put on my radar, our new favorite partners in the game. Dollar Shave Club believes that the shaving experience is personal. I mean, listen, facial hair grows on your face, which means it's personal to you, and that's pretty fucking awesome. We want to make this experience as good as humanly possible. And here's the deal. With Dollar Shave Club, in this club, they make the razors and you make the rules. You can shave it however you want. You can style it. You can let it grow. You can keep it high and tight. You can keep it clean, baby smooth like me, like your boy. And that's what Dollar Shave Club does for you. It gives you all the tools. I used to think they just made razors, but no. They got a whole package deal. They got a whole experience. They're making it the Cadillac of shaving. And that is the truth, baby. That is where it goes. And what I want to talk to you about is the Club Series 6 razor and the Club Series handle. That Club Series 6 razors, they got 6 stainless steel blades giving you the best shave possible. It's unbelievable. They got a lubricant vitamin E infused strip on there, and that Club Series handle. This thing's got a 360-degree diamond pattern grip. It's no slip. It's clingy in a good way, because being clingy, not always great. But when it comes to shaving, we're keeping that nice, close, smooth shave. And like I said, it's not just razors, guys. They're getting you hooked up. They're delivering their stuff right to your door to make sure you are always stocked up. You are never in need of a new razor, new products. It's all right there. My favorite, the shaving cream and the shave butter. Whatever you want. Shaving cream, sometimes I throw a little, those to-go ones in my Dob kit. When I'm on the road, we're on the road all the time. Quick shaving cream, it's unbelievable. It smells so good, and it gives you that nice, cool, tingly feeling on your face. But that shave butter, too, that's that next level. Makes you feel like you're sitting in a nice salon or a nice barbershop, and you get that beautiful treatment, that close shave. But let me tell you what, the post-shave dew is where it's at. That's what gives you that glowing vibe. You're looking at it right now. Your boy looks like he's walking down a red carpet, and that's because I use Dollar Shave Club products every single time I shaved. I shaved this morning. It's unbelievable. You need to get in on this. Shaving is a personal experience, and just don't go to the store and buy these generic, lame, name brand razors. Don't do that. All that stuff gets everywhere. It's messy. It's gross. Dollar Shave Club is making this an experience for you. You get to pick exactly what you want and what you need. So go to dollarshaveclub.com/netters. Use promo code netters, NETTERS, and you are going to save 20% off your next order of $20 or more. Shaving can get crazy expensive. It can get crazy annoying, but not with Dollar Shave Club. Make it that beautiful, personalized experience that's going to feel fantastic every time. All right, back again, finally. Our good buddy, Tyler Toffoli, joining the show. Let's jump right into it and see what TOFF has to say. How have you not hung that jersey yet? Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where it's going to go, to be honest.
You've been there too long to have that not hung up.
I have another one somewhere, too, because I played
Also
it
on
twice.
the ground, yeah.
I think that one's in the garage, probably on the ground in the garage. You should see this thing. It's an absolute disaster.
Wait, the jersey or the garage?
Both.
We got to make room for the Bronco, dude.
We can jump up segments here. Talk us through the Bronco, dude.
Yeah, so Smitty actually has one, or he's driving one this year.
God, that rocked.
And
I know.
We golfed a few weeks ago, and he was like rushing, and he was trying to eat. And before he came and picked me up, and he looked at me, he's like, do you mind driving? And I'm like, okay, whatever you want. I'll chauffeur you 19-year-old, whatever,
Yeah.
He's a big shot. So I drive him. I'm like, this thing's actually pretty nice. And I was already kind of looking at getting the Jeep, just so like when in the summer and stuff, I can take the roof and doors off.
Yeah.
And so we went and looked at the Jeeps, and then after I drove the Bronco, I was like, I think the Bronco's a little nicer, and the doors and stuff come off of that too. So went and took a look, and obviously I showed you guys the photo. It looks nice. I'm gonna go pick it up right after this.
Yeah. It's a
Made
beauty.
quick work, dude.
It's a beauty.
Literally was like, actually, I'm buying this.
Did you ever? So you went blackout. You're black on
Yeah.
black everything. Did you consider any other option?
Honestly, not really. I feel like the black is always so clean, so it just makes the most sense.
The one next to yours in the pic you sent, though, that's like that deep green.
kind of
That's
gas.
kind of sick. I was like, you know what,
know.
dude?
There's so many good options, but it's just
If the dealership offered you a free Sharks teal Bronco, would you have taken it?
I feel like I would. I mean, I feel like it'd look kind of nice, especially with the doors off and stuff too. It'd look pretty nice.
It would look sick, dude.
Yeah.
Driving
It would just-
around the bay, dude. It'd be
Paint
awesome.
your
Yeah, it
number
would-
on the door.
It would just be kind of dorky because I park literally right in front of where the away team bus is. So I'd be like getting in, like, hopping right in, and they'd be like staring at me like, this guy's such a loser.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's free.
yeah, it was free. It was free.
I didn't pay for it. No, I think the Bronco is the S tier Jeep these days.
It's so
you
sick,
made a
dude.
good choice, I think.
And I'm starting to see a lot more of them now, but I mean, it is what it is. I
They're
drove it
gas.
the one day, and it feels nice. You're higher up and stuff too.
Yeah.
You feel safe in it.
Dude, Logan Thompson's a big car guy, and he said that's his favorite one.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like he's got like McLarens and shit, but he's like the Bronco
Jeez.
is the one.
That's large.
Yeah.
That's intense. Who on the team has the most obnoxious car?
Well, Cece had a crazy one. He had some Porsche that I didn't enjoy driving in it with. He was ripping around. It was very scary.
Yeah.
Who else has one? Costin has one. I think it's a BMW. Is that the M series? Is that a BMW?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it looks fast. I haven't been in that, but it looks real fast.
Yeah, you're not a sports car guy.
No, I mean, I don't even go the speed limit half the time. I'm just cruising. I'm always like early for everything, so I'm just taking my time,
Yeah.
having a good old, just cruising. I'm also 5 minutes from the rink, so I roll out of bed.
Yeah.
I'm right there. So
That's the way to be, dude. Get me A to B. Give me an enjoyable ride.
Yeah.
I also, and this is actually tough. We were messaging about this the other day. The fucking knees creaking in my old age. Getting a car that's like on the ground, I could never get in and out.
Yeah.
It's too low. I need to like jump down onto the ground when it comes to my car.
when you're driving around, it's like you're gonna hit a pothole every once in a while. Like it's gonna ruin my car.
Like every speed bump that you see, if you're in a fucking Aston Martin, I'm like, I literally can't drive over
For
that.
you guys especially.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude.
like they're everywhere.
They've got those like drains in LA,
Oh,
for the
dude.
water when you're crossing a street. And I'm like, every car in front of
Yeah.
me is just bottoming out.
It's so bad.
Yeah, they're not speed bumps. They're like
Yeah, it's
The-
literally
the
like the,
indent, you know,
the
like-
drainage vents, and like you're going through a four-way intersection, and there's a Ferrari in front of you, and they slow down to a crawl, and they have to put out a plank to drive over. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, oh my god, dude, we wanted to talk to you about the aftermath of the trade deadline. Kind of madness with the team. Feel like we talked about it a bit before on how all the emotions with all the players, but a lot of moves from the Sharkies. How is the locker room feeling? Was it a crazy few days, or were you guys kind of braced for impact?
Yeah, I think for the most part we knew, like Cunny knew that he was going to get moved. Sturmy knew, like they had their bags packed that whole road trip. We had like the 8 game road trip, whatever it was. So they were packed to get traded during that trip pretty much. And I think, Cunny made it back. Sturmy might have got moved. I can't remember if it was the last game. I think it was in Colorado, so the last game of the trip. The only one that kind of surprised us was Zetz. And, obviously it's tough. It's never easy. He's a young guy. I think he's 25. Really enjoyed it here and stuff. So it was kind of surprising. But at the end of the day, we talked about it before. It's such a business that Greersy thinks that Chucky, who we got coming in, is really going to help our team. And it's just one of the things that you have to do to try and make your team better for the future. And, we'll see how things go. And Chucky's a big kid. He fought Wilson the other night.
Yeah.
Really good kid too. So we'll see how things turn out.
Yeah.
Is it because you said you're right, you did make moves with the future in mind. Is that a big part of the reason why vibes just stay so high with you guys? Because you're obviously eliminated now, but it's like we watch you guys play and everyone's having a blast still. Is it eyes on the prize for moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the same time, there's it seems and it feels, at least for me, and I know like Goody and Mar, there's a lot of clarity with us and Warzo and even Greersy too. Like we had a meeting with them, and it feels like there's just like a lot of clarity, and it's pretty open. Like we can ask them anything from what it feels like, and they tell us for what we need to know. Obviously, we're not going to get the whole future plan,
Yeah.
nor do we want that, but it feels like it's pretty open, and we have a really good relationship, and like you said, we're not going to make the playoffs, but we're trying to win the rest of the, we're trying to win out, like we're competitive guys, and some of the guys on our team, how competitive they are, and we're not here just to waste a month of our lives. We're playing for a spot next year too. You got to look for the future, and you have personal goals. Like guys are looking for new deals and all these things. So you have to keep performing at the end of the day.
That was I feel like you kind of answered my next question, was how do you, when you're officially eliminated from playoffs, how do you stay locked in this last month of the season? But I feel like that just answered it. It's like, it's a personal thing. It's a pride thing. Everyone in the league is so competitive for the most part. So yeah, does it feel like almost an unspoken thing with you guys where you're in the locker room every game, knowing you're not making playoffs, but you're still like, every game's important. We're trying to win every single one.
And Toff, I would say, because you just said this, but I was really curious to hear that. How much in your experience do you think this last month matters in terms of your spot next year? Like if you have a great last month, do you think it's like, fuck yeah, it carries over, they remember that? Or is it like, no, dude, they don't give a shit, it's a clean slate next year?
No, I mean, I think they for sure look at it and like, oh, this, especially for the young guys, they're like, oh, this guy can play, and they can sort of plan on guys maybe making the team. I've never really been in this position. Normally, I've been getting moved, so I've never been in this position where the last year of the month doesn't really mean like a whole lot in that sense of trying to make the playoffs. But I think for the young guys especially, they're going to get an opportunity to play more, and they need to see it. They're watching. They watch every practice too, and obviously I think they tape every practice and stuff too. So whether they watch that or not, I have no clue. But they want to win too. And speaking with Gruzy, like I said the other day, he wants to start winning. He doesn't like losing. So we'll see what happens moving forward. And all we can do as players is finish the season out playing as hard as we can, and go in the off season. It's going to be long, so there's no real excuse for guys not to be coming in great shape, and we should be ready to roll.
Dude, so you have a really unique experience that not every player has, where you've played on several teams. Here you are in this great situation. I need you to tell us what it is about this group and this team, this organization, Gruzy, from the top to the bottom, that makes you guys such a fun group and have such good vibes. We've talked about it with you a few times. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life watching the NHL. And I don't want to sewer any other teams, but you look at some of the other teams at the bottom of the league, Chicago comes to mind, where it does feel like there's just a lot of growing pains. There's a lot of issues. And you guys just seem like you're having a fucking blast every single day. So to, be towards the bottom of the league again, but all signs are pointing in the right direction. All vibes are trending up. How are you guys doing this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's because maybe we don't have as much media, in comparison to Chicago. Like, I think we have like 3 media people kind of around in the room, and even then they're not really writing any bad articles about us. I think the only time, and this is not, to sue or Smitty, but the only time anybody was really saying anything bad about our team was when people thought Smitty should have been in the minors, sort of thing, near the start of the year when he wasn't playing well, and now he's been on fire. So obviously whatever they did, they made the right decision, because he's been one of our better players, especially since the All-Star break, or the Four Nations break. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're just trying to have as much fun as possible. I mean, we're in the NHL. We have guys that literally should still be in college. Like
you should still be in high school, dude.
Yeah, like it's
send
crazy.
Mac to middle school.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So I mean, we're trying to have as much fun as we can, but at the same time, we are really serious. And that's like one thing that obviously I need to get across, because everyone, it seems like we don't work hard and we don't care maybe, but every day we go to the rink every day, and when we're on the ice, we're working, we're trying to get better at the things that we need as a team and personally. And I think that goes a long way. You look at everybody in the locker room, and everybody's on the same page. There's no one's dogging it. So I think that's like a big reason for it.
Dude, I mean, I don't know about you. Like, I don't think there's ever been a moment where it seems like you guys don't care. That's the interesting thing is, like I said, it looks like you guys are having fun, but every game you guys are fucking, you're scrapping. Guys are diving in the corners for pucks. Like, it's just, if I were a free agent or if I were a guy looking for a new team, the Sharks, I think, are top of the list. Like, it's just like I said, all the trends are going in the right direction, and it's just been so wild to watch.
And
all
obviously,
year.
you weren't there, but it's like, and even though ignore the standings for a second, which I know sounds stupid, but ignore the standings, you guys look so improved. When I'm literally just watching the Sharks last year to watching the Sharks this year, I'm like, this is all good things happening.
And you know what sucks is, and you can kind of talk about it now, but like the first month of the season, the first game especially, I think we were winning 4-1 against St. Louis.
Dude, we were there. Yeah.
And we ended up losing in overtime, whatever it was. And it's like it's almost like you win that one game and you say it, looking back, and it's like that one game could have changed everything. We lost the first 10 game, whatever it was that we ended up losing in a row. And it feels like that one game could have changed everything. But, it is what it is. And I truly believe that we got a lot better as a group and as a team. And especially our young guys have grown so much. You can tell just from practice alone, the things that they're doing in practice that they weren't really doing at the start of the season.
Yeah, no doubt. It's like what we said, dude. You're the most interesting team in the world because you could beat any team in the league any given night.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Speaking of recent games, TOFF, you guys played the Caps a little while ago, and we wanted to ask you, and you've played Ovi a million times in your career, but when he's this close to the record, obviously you're trying to win every game, but when you see him score, are you kind of like, fuck yeah, dude, go get it? Like, is there any part of you that it's been fun being so close to someone up against a record that's like we all thought would never be broken?
Well, now that I don't have to play him again, I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely, go get it. But there was that streak where he was scoring every single game, and obviously we're looking at the schedule and we're like, oh, Washington's coming in 14 games, whatever it was, and I'm trying to think, I'm like, oh no, like he might be on pace to come to San Jose and break it. I'm like, we don't want that. And he slowed down obviously a little bit, and what is he, like 7 or 8 away now?
I think so. Yeah, eight to break. Yeah,
8 to break.
And I was like, oh my God, this guy's gonna come in and break it. And then, whatever, he scored. He's the best to do it, or whatever you want, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
If he's not going to score 5-on-5, he's at least getting 5 1-Ts on the power play.
Yeah. And then a few empty netter looks too.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's funny. Like, I was looking at it, and obviously, whenever you're playing, we're rooting for you. And I'm watching the game, and it's like Caps are gonna win, and then he gets that. I think it was the 5th goal, and I was like, nice. Yeah, it's funny, because I was wondering if on the ice you're like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and our benches are so close to each other. So I was sitting like near their side, and I can just hear them going nuts, and I'm like, it's actually, I mean, it's impressive how they are really trying to get it for him for sure. Like, there's sometimes, and a couple passes in that game alone where guys had a clear shot and they're forcing it over to him. Like, they are really dude, forcing.
I think it was 2 games before the game you guys played against them. They had an empty net, or I mean, the other team had pulled the goalie, and Ovi had a clear look at it, and he passed it to Protas for his Hattie.
For his first career.
And right. People were like, dude, that was cool of you, but fucking shoot that in the empty net.
No, I believe it.
Funny.
Like, I mean, I've seen clips of Strome. He legit has like breakaways, and he's like slowing down to drop it, or it's like it'll be like a 2-on-2, but he's trying to get over your 1-T. It's crazy.
Yep. But I believe too, big time, that teams are motivated by not having it happen to them. Because I feel like you saw it with 100% 70 last year. They were like, fuck this dude. Yeah. So that's a factor too.
I definitely think too, especially the goalie. Like if he's tied it, and now you're in a game and you're that tendy in the other net, I'm like, no fucking way. Because that clip is one of the most famous clips in the history of the NHL, and you're getting scored on. That sucks.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's like baseball. It's like the pitcher doesn't want to give up the home run to Barry Bonds. You know what I mean? Like, it's the exact same thing, because they know that one clip is going to be shown forever.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah.
So
No,
true. So, dude, we got to touch on the sleepover. We don't need to spend too much time on the sleepover. I do want to hear how it went. I want to hear if Macklin has like night terrors or something like that. But you didn't give CP a special celebration, dude.
Bro,
Like, you
that
fucking
was
scored
fucked.
and you didn't do anything. What
I
the
literally
fuck?
almost posted that text on the story, but then I was like, I'm going to get made fun of that he didn't do it. And everyone's going to go, so you asked for something and you didn't get it?
No, you know what? It was one of the, it was just like so wild because we were on the bus from Toronto after winning in the shootout. I think the first game we won in the shootout, and boys are all it's winning in Toronto. Everyone from Toronto, even if you're not from Toronto, you want to win there. You know what I mean? So that's always a game that you put on the calendar, whether you play there once or 4 times in a season. So the boys were pumped, and we're on the bus, and we're playing Buffalo the next night. And I don't know what I went to go talk to them. They're doubled up near the front, and I go talk to Smitty, and he just out of nowhere, he's like, all 3 of us, if we score tomorrow, we're having a sleepover. And I've said it. I'm like, I'm not doing this. It's it's so dumb, and it ended up happening. It was the 3 of us. Mar was in the room, and Deli came in. I want to say Tomer came in for a little bit too, but we got in at like 2. It was pretty late, so like we were only up for a little bit. I had a couple beers. They ordered their milk and cookies, and we were like it's like so ridiculous. We were laughing, and I was telling stories, and then we woke up. Smitty went and met Pittsburgh was staying there too, so he's buddies with Kevin Hayes. So he woke up and met him for a coffee, and so woke us up. And I was talking with Mac for a little bit, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go sleep in a normal sized bed now. Like my back is killing me.
It's
Like, I'm going to ask about your back, dude.
Get off
I was
this
about
call.
to ask about your back.
Yeah, like my back is still in one. I'm getting the chiros in every other day. I'm like trying to get adjusted. It's just nothing's feeling good, and so it's just
so
like.
good.
And then so finally I'm like chilling, laying down, and then Smitty texts me again. He's like, "Hey, come to the hot tub." I'm like, dude, I am like, this is the day off. Like day offs mean for me especially is like I don't do anything. Like I'm gonna room service probably twice. If it's not twice room service, I'm door dashing something type of thing. Like I'm not even gonna go for dinner. And so I'm in the hot tub. We jump in the pool. We're like choke slamming each other, like just ridiculous. And the gym, so if you were in the gym, you could see us in the pool in the hot tub. Our coaches were in the gym. They're like seeing us be idiots, and I'm like, I was like so embarrassed. But you know what? It's so much fun, and I mean, you guys know Smitty. He's all time, so he's always on the go and wanting to do something.
Dude, you know what this is? It's when a family has a dog, an older dog, and they get a little puppy to keep the old dog young. That is officially what has happened to you with these two.
It feels like it. It feels like it. Even like I'm on the road and Kat's like, "What are you doing?" Or what? And I told her, I was like, "Oh, I was just swimming." She's like, "You don't even know how to swim. Like, what are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, we were like wrestling and like choking each other out in the pool." I'm like swallowing water as he's on my back, like dying.
Top, the meme, the meme that's always like, it's like a girl's thought bubble, and it's like he's out there cheating on me or whatever. And he's out there talking to other girls, and it's just you 3 choke slamming each other,
and then having a sleepover
into the shallow end.
Exactly. Oh, but like the worst, the sad part about that was Conan came in the hot tub too, and he, like I was saying, like he was like basically waiting to get traded, so he was having like a panic attack basically, and then I'm like, I want to be like, oh, like don't worry about it, like it's gonna be okay, but in the back of my head, I'm like, if I was literally there the past 4 seasons, like it's the worst feeling ever. Like there was nothing that I could have said to make him feel any better, and his wife was saying the same thing, and he's like, well, it's impossible for me to relax, like because you go online and it's everyone saying something, you're going here, and then the next day you're going there, and it's just like it sucks for guys like that, but for him going to a team with a chance to make the playoffs, and hopefully they start winning again, so they're back in the mix. I know they're 3 points out or whatever it is, but
I think so, yeah.
It's real close there.
Yeah. that's a tough situation where it's like, especially coming from you, like if you're like, dude, just chill. Like it's like, fuck off. Dude. Like I know you don't mean
That's
that.
exactly-
Has it worked out for you the last 4 years? You're like, no, it actually didn't. No.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Oh my god. All right, dude. Do you have a hot take for us? This is my favorite part of every time you pop on.
Me too.
I got one for you guys.
Okay.
Are you guys? You guys are big TV show guys, right?
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
All right. So I've been watching The White Lotus,
Okay.
and I don't think I love it as much as the previous seasons.
Dude, I was
Dude,
so...
say it louder, my friend. Say it louder. That
It
show
feels like it's been
fucking
real slow
stinks.
and like kind of cringy in a way. I don't know if it's just because it's from the other seasons, and I think it was one that I really liked. One was in Hawaii.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Two
really
was
liked
Italy.
one. Two was Italy. I really liked one. One was my favorite, but
Dude, you don't need to be diplomatic about this. This season of that show stinks.
Dude,
It's
slow,
terrible.
right?
It's
So-
trash. It's slow and it's just so, like you said, cringy. I think it's cringy to the point of so unrealistic that it just I'm like, this is dog shit, what I'm watching.
Well, dude, it got, for me, dude, I'm so with you because it went, they get too high in their own supply of like, in the season one, there's a few awkward interactions between like the family and the daughter's friend, like Sydney Sweeney's friend. Like there's-
Sydney Sweeney's telling her dad that his dad was probably a bottom, getting dogged
Yeah.
out by some guy. Like those are awkward conversations. And you're like, yeah, this is pretty awkward.
But then the new seasons, they're like, oh, the people liked that. So just every conversation is so fucking awkward and uncomfortable for the
it's
whole
all
hour.
cringe.
And then I'm like, that sucked. I don't know why that wasn't enjoyable for me. I'm out, dude. I'm out.
yeah, I don't know if I'm completely caught up. I think we're on episode 5, so I don't know
Okay.
if that's completely caught up. But yeah, I'm just usually by like the middle of it. It's normally like kind of a lot of stuff's happening, and it just doesn't feel like I'm excited for anything to happen.
I don't even know what we're aiming at. I'm about where you are, dude. I don't even know what we're aiming at. We've got the guy who's got like the financial problem, and that's like all I know that's happening. And someone is going to get shot at the end, and I'm like, okay. He did. Did you see the hanging dong app though?
No.
You might be, that might be your next step, dude.
Yeah,
The
dude, you got something to look forward to.
Dad's hanging dong in his bathrobe. Great performance. Honestly, great performance.
That's the best part so far.
yeah.
So you know it's a great episode.
Yeah. If that's like what we're looking forward to, it's tough.
Yep. Yeah. Tough bid.
I love it, dude. I feel like we're 3 for 3, 4 for 4 now on your hot takes. I just completely agree with.
I don't know if you know this either.
Well, you guys didn't like
Toffee-
the football take, and it didn't do very well.
It didn't do
Oh
well.
yeah,
It didn't
that
do
that
well.
was hot. That one was hot. That's right.
Toff, have you seen Napoleon Dynamite, the movie?
Yes.
You know Uncle Rico, throw a pigskin a
Yes.
quarter mile. I didn't realize that dude the Uncle Rico dude is the bald guy in White Lotus.
And the
boyfriend.
dad is Malfoy's dad in Harry Potter.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's who
right.
hangs dong. Seen
That's
Lucius
what,
Malfoy's dong.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what Nate Bastian today. He told me that. I was like, oh, that's actually a good point. When I was trying to find my hot take, I was like, oh, this is perfect.
It's pretty good.
Bastion's like, the dude who hangs dong, that's Lucius Malfoy.
He does a great Southern accent actually because he's British as
Yeah,
hell. but
he's
he
a very
does,
good
He does a
actor.
great Southern accent in that show. But yeah, I'm out, dude. I'm out.
I mean, I'm with you guys. I don't blame you at all. Like it's other than Jason Isaac's dong, I don't think there's much to write home about it with this show.
We'll see. Will you finish? You think? Will you keep going?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
I mean,
finish.
it's we're halfway in or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you can't bail now.
You gotta power
Gotta
through.
push
Bail now. Yeah.
Gotta push through. All right, well, dude, we'll let you go grab this car, but I need a pic or a video from the maiden voyage.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll get that going.
How much longer do you think before you take the doors off?
I don't know. Like the mornings are still kind of chilly here, so
Yeah.
if I can go through, like I don't want to ruin. I don't want to ruin the inside yet. I want to wait for
Correct.
it
Yeah,
to
like if it's
be,
cold
like,
in the
nice
morning, you're
out.
gonna have that morning dew, getting the leather seats all wet. You can't have that.
Yeah, because we park it outside too at the practice facility. So
Yeah.
Probably wait a little. Honestly, I can take the roof off when I get leaving the rink.
Sick.
I can take the roof off, but I think that's pretty easy. It seems like it's just a couple little notches. So I'll do that.
Get the tutorial from Smitty, dude. He knows.
Get the hair going.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, dude, we'll catch you later, but also we'll see you soon.
Big thank you to TOFF. Loving the TOFF take. Dan, actually, to be honest with you, when he said, he goes, I don't think, and then he paused a long time, and then he went, I love it. And I thought he changed trains of thought. I thought he was going, I don't think, I love it. I thought he was, so then I looked at you like, uh-oh, he loves White Lotus. And then you clapped, and I was like, oh, he said, I don't think I love it.
Dude, TOFF and I share brain rot. We share too many reels back and forth that I think we have the same brain rot, which is why I agree with all of his hot takes, essentially. And the second he said TV, I was like, he's going to say he doesn't like White Lotus. And I was so pumped. My only fear was he was going to say he doesn't like Severance. And I was like, don't do it. And then he was like, White Lotus. And I was like, yes, go.
Amazing.
Love that. Let's go ahead and get into our powers ranking, Chris. Top 5 teams in the NHL right now. How do we not have Carolina as one?
Fair, actually. Fair. I will actually do that for them. Carolina 1.
They've earned it.
Then let's begin the
I'm
conversation.
also going to say right now, Ottawa fans, Montreal fans, we love you. We're backing you. We want you guys in the playoffs.
Not a top 5 team in the league.
We're talking about top 5 teams in the NHL right now. You're not that. You are hot as hell. You'd probably be 1 and 2 if Carolina's probably still 1. We love you. You're not top 5. Carolina's 1.
And then I might want to go the Avs.
Over the Caps, are you sure?
No, I'm not. Maybe the Caps. Have we been disrespecting the Caps?
No, the Caps are always getting respect that they deserve.
Okay.
I kind of like the Caps too here. I like Carolina, I like Washington, I like Colorado, I then like Tampa.
Me too. And I like Dallas, but they lost to the Avs.
I like Dallas. Edmonton is on a sneaky 3-game winning streak after being trash, but they were too trash, so we're going to keep them on the outside. I like Florida.
I know, but they've dumped a couple. Who did they lose to? They beat the Leafs. It was a really good win.
So we're going to go Carolina, we're going to go Washington, we're going to go Colorado.
And then Florida lost to
Winnipeg.
Florida lost to the Islanders and the Habs.
Where are you at on Winnipeg? They've been a little poopy.
I know, but they're still good. But they lost. They had a bad loss last night.
Yeah, 5-4-1 in their last 10.
Yeah, so I don't want them in here. I don't want them in here this week.
Vegas 5-3-2. I don't want them in either.
I like Tampa.
I think it's Florida and Tampa, dude.
Over Dallas.
Maybe not, but maybe.
Do you hate Florida's Habs and Islanders losses back to back on the road?
Kind of.
But they are good. They're still good.
Yeah, they are good. But I could bump Florida for Dallas.
So maybe go Tampa,
Dallas. Boom, done. Carolina, Washington, Colorado, Tampa, Dallas.
5 best teams in the league.
Powers ranking 5 best teams in the league. Now let's go to our starting 6. Starting at left wing, Jesper Bratt. I know it's Jesper, but I like saying Jesper.
Me too.
10 points in his last 4 games, 3 points away from breaking his career high of 83. I don't know what more to say about this guy that I haven't said already. I think he is low-key one of the better players in the game, and he has been such a stud for New Jersey.
Agree. And he's going to break it. I can't wait for him. I'm happy for him. Jack down. He's stepping up.
Yeah.
Center, out of respect, because there were good options, I feel like we need to go Dion Draisaitl.
Yeah.
He had an 18-game point streak come to an end last night. The Oilers scored 7 fucking goals. He couldn't get on the score sheet, which is ridiculous. But an 18-gamer is an 18-gamer. He had 27 points over that run. Pretty special stuff.
Very special stuff. First time on the list this season, I believe, right wing Jordan Kyrou. 8 points in his last 3. Hattie against Minnesota. 3 apples against the Ducks. 2 more against the Preds last night. Huge wins. He's 3 goals away from having his 3rd straight 30-goal season.
Slept on player.
Dude, I knew Monty was going to find someone he loved, and it looks like it's Jordan Kyrou.
Slept on player. Left D, welcome back Quinn Hughes to the starting 6. It was actually a slow week for left D, so I wanted to give it to Quinn. He has 5 points in his last 4. He has a point in every game since he's been back but 2. And the Canucks are back in a playoff spot. So, and dude, he's like 4 points behind Werenski. Like in my mind, I was like, there goes that. Here goes Kalen Werenski. And Quinn's
crazy.
like, I'm right here.
He's so
You're a
fucking
bitch.
good. Friend of the program at right D, Brandon Montour, 7 points in his last 4. He had a 4-point night in a 5-4 OT win over the Habs. Caught Lane Hudson
Did you see
sleeping.
that,
dude.
Rick? Did
Yeah,
you see
absolutely caught him sleeping. Tied his career high with 16 goals. I'd like to see him get 20.
That'd be sick.
4 goals to end the season.
Maybe not happening, but
Maybe.
maybe. And
He's
I
hot.
hope he gets one more for
He's
sure.
hot.
I hope he gets one more for sure. And then goalie Dan, you just mentioned him, Darcy Kemper. He did lose 2 nights ago to the Wild, but he only gave up 2 goals. And before that, he won a 24-save shutout win versus Nashville, a 21-save shutout win versus Washington, back-to-back, 4-1 win against the Islanders, 2-1 win against the Blues. He's currently 2nd in goals against and 3rd in save percentage out of fucking nowhere. The man is on a tear. I hope he can save some shots in the playoffs against the Oilers.
Love it.
I'm going to round us out with a game. This is called Trivia Factorial, where I ask Dan trivia questions about a player. And the first one is worth 10 points, then 8, then 6, then 4, then 2, then 1. They get easier and easier. If Dan guesses and he guesses wrong, he gets 0 points. But if he gets it right on that number, that's how many points he receives.
Huge.
Are you ready to play?
I am.
For 10 points, this person was the stick boy on the Minnesota Golden Gophers team that Phil Kessel played for.
As a part of me that's like, how in the fucking world would I ever know this?
But you could.
But I think I do, and I'm going to go for number 8, please.
Oh, I was like, what? It's something that you could know, but that's supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be hard. For 8 points, in November 2016, this person made his NHL debut against the Rangers. His team lost 5-2, but he had both goals scoring on his first 2 career shots.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy, dude? I didn't know that about this person.
Damn.
But use some clues. November 2016, this person made his NHL debut.
Yeah.
Team lost 5-2. He had both goals.
2016. So this guy's been in the league for 9 years. Or maybe not, but
Supposed to be hard. Supposed to be very hard
yeah,
here.
I think I need to move on.
You could get 6. I made this one harder because I think you'll get 4 for sure. You might get this one. Okay? Are you ready? So 10, he was the stick boy on the Minnesota Golden Gophers that Phil Kessel played for. 8, in November 2016, he made his debut against the Rangers and he scored on his first 2 shots.
Yeah.
For 6 points, born in Omaha, Nebraska, this person played college hockey at the University of Nebraska-Omaha, where he was named to the NCHC Academic All-Conference team, the NCHC All-Conference Rookie team, and was a finalist for the NCHC Rookie of the Year. His sophomore year, he took the Mavericks to their first ever Frozen Four, where they lost to the Providence Friars 4-1. He had the only goal.
I think I know it.
This one, I forgot. I wouldn't, if I was in your exact shoes, I wouldn't know it yet because I forgot that this person played there. But
That is literally the only reason I
there's a
think I
chance
know
you
it.
know this person plays there.
And I want to be very clear. The stick boy thing, I did not know at all.
Yep.
Legitimately, I think this is like the only person in the NHL that played for this team.
I think so. That's why you could
that
know it.
I think I'm going to get this. So I'm going to make my guess, and the 2016 helps. I'm going to go Jake Gensel.
Bing! For 4 points, this winger is on his 3rd Eastern Conference team in the last 2 years, despite being a consistent point-per-game player for the last 8 seasons, and definitely not a product of his former famous centerman.
Honestly, I'm not sure I would have gotten it until that last bit.
Yeah. For 2 points,
But that makes me feel good. I would have gotten 4.
winning the Stanley Cup as a rookie in 2017 must have been nice, but it would have been extra nice if he joined the team a year before, so he could have won 2 in a row. And for 1, the 77th overall pick by the Penguins in the 2013 draft, he burned the Carolina Hurricanes last year by not resigning after being traded there.
Beautiful stuff. Jake Gensel, elite player.
Elite player.
Well, that is it for us today at the Empty Netters podcast. Make sure to tune in today on the Instagram for all of our Vegas content. We're betting dogs, dude. Get dogs, bet dogs.
Get dogs, bet dogs, eat dogs.
We might eat 7 dogs.
We're gonna eat 7
well,
dogs.
that's what get dogs. We're going to get dogs and eat them.
Get dogs, eat dogs, bet
Get
dogs.
dogs, bet. No, just we stick with the rhyme.
Get dogs, wet dogs, bet dogs.
Are we going to dunk them
Yeah,
like
'cause that's
Joey
what they
Chestnut?
do. Yeah. Get dogs, wet dogs, bet dogs.
Now we're cooking. Make sure to tune into that. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube if you're not already subscribed. And also, Chris has something to say.
Get dogs, bet dogs, pet dogs.
Fuck it, dude. You are.
How did we not throw pet dogs in there?
Sometimes I can't believe how fucking dialed you are, because that was sick.
You think we're going to go to Vegas and not pet dogs?
You think if I see a dog walking down the strip, I'm not going to stop and pet it?
Come on.
With a belly full of hot dogs?
Yep.
And a wallet full of bet dogs?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Come on.
Tune in. Subscribe to the YouTube, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube right now. Huge thanks to TOFF again. We will see you guys next time. And until we do,
skate hard.